Virgo, hi there. It's Erin Scott here. So I'm doing a live stream this month. So I'm just doing a direct recording into YouTube, it's been really great, actually. Really great. It's saving me a bunch of time and it's faster for you. You know, it's a quicker turnaround. It's great. So hi there. So I am here tapping into, with an art channeling, tapping into what is catalyzing the natural growth arc for your now, for this Aries new moon cycle. Every new moon instigates a new story, a new narrative. And there's always an arc of growth for every sign. Certainly every distinct individual, but on a collective level, there are growths happening for these signs, and Virgo is no different. So what did I do with my water? Actually, I have something here, which I'll use. All right, so I have my gouache here, my gouache paint, and I also have my charcoals. So it's been a mix for some of the readings. It's been a mix. So let's go ahead and just put you up here. For those of you that have not seen the reading or the analysis of this Aries new moon, this week ahead, and this generalized portal of major shift, I recommend you watching it. You can find that on my channel. Okay, Virgo. So let me tap in here. I think you can see everything okay. Now, those of you that have watched these before, you know that what I'm doing is just letting form, image, picture, movement, and color all come through as it wants to, just seeing what comes. And then we're analyzing it because every form has function. It all has meaning. It means something. And it means something through its numerological counterpart, through its color, through its actual form itself. So Virgo, I'm just going to tap in for a little bit here. These have been going relatively quickly, so enjoy the dive. It has been very, very fun to do these. I'm recording this on Sunday the 15th. On the point of the new moon. So tonight, this Aries new moon, which is conjunct Uranus, very intense, it's going to be happening tonight at 9:57 Eastern time. So it's happening later, but this is definitely imbued with the energies of the moon. So Virgo, what I'm going to say right off the bat is that you have like bigger and bolder in a way. I mean, Leo had some big forms as well, but it's different with you. There's more of a distinct, clear formulation I want to say, for your cycle ahead. There will be more that wants to come. I definitely sense. Yeah, you can see that. So let's start talking about it. And there might be some more that wants to come through. We're also going to select some cards for you. This is obviously a flower, and it's big. It has 6 petals, and it's blue. Okay, so there's a couple things to this. First of all, it's big. It's sizable. And it's almost like a childlike representation of a flower. It's very archetypal. There's an archetypal nature to this blue flower, and it's blue petals, and the interior are all blue, right? So blue represents spirituality. Blue represents communications. For some of you, especially those of you tuning in, it could be that there are spiritual communications, whether it be writing, books or blogs, videos, whether you're creating videos for your own business or for somebody else, or other media, right? But what I get, and it could be also communications via artworks, creativity, creative endeavors, but and audios too. Could be audios as well. But I get spiritual communications. So for the month ahead, spiritual communications. 1, because it's blue and blue. 2, because there's birds up above, almost like seagulls above an ocean. And there's 2 of them. So there's these 2 birds above this massive flower. Now, the birds could be speaking to a couple things. 1, they certainly speak to flying above the minutia. It's our higher frequency self. It represents flying above the crap. And it represents seeing above the crap too, seeing holistically, seeing from the spiritual perspective, right? Above the earth plane, where you can actually get a view of the whole. So indeed, the birds and the flower in the blue both are talking to, there's a spiritual growth edge, and I feel that there's movement because the birds are flying. And there's 2 of them. So there could be a partnership. Maybe some of you are working with somebody, or you will, over the course of this cycle, mid-April to mid-May, you might join with another person that is also doing spiritual communications work. Now, for some of you, this could talk about channeling, okay? Especially because a lot of my own clients, they are starting to tap into their psychic abilities at ever exponentially deepening levels over the last 6 months. So it's growing. Everybody's psychic abilities are kind of expanding in really intense ways. So it could be that there's channeling happening for some of you. It could be that you're partnering with another who's also doing the same work. It's almost like a comrade. You know, it's like you're connecting with somebody who is going to help you grow. Now, the other thing that I want to say, Virgo, is that, and we'll talk about this in a minute, this, to me, this triangle, right, in green, to me felt very alien, okay? This felt very spaceship to me when I was doing it. It felt very future. It felt very almost like an alien capsule, if that makes sense. It's almost like some sort of like a spaceship, what do I want to say? A form of a spaceship, but it feels clean, it feels modern, but it's not in silver. I could have painted this in silver, but I didn't. It wanted to be green. So there's maybe some new growth, I want to say, okay? For some of you, there's new growth in connection to maybe spiritual channeling with entities. Now, this is not going to resonate for all of you, okay? Not everybody is going to be doing that. However, I want to point out that this shape is kind of coming in between the 3 below and the 3 above, okay? So for example, you know, when we look at these 3 triangles intersected here, right? As above, so below, the 6-pointed star, right? We have 6 points here, right? And 6 represents family, security, finances. It represents security, but it does represent kind of that which holds us. And it also represents, according to Betty Bethards, who wrote the Dream Book many, many years ago, it's the white brotherhood, you know? So it's like there's this spiritual connection here, but I want to point out that this, let's say, alien vehicle intersects here. Do you see this? So it's coming, it's like bisecting here, okay? So it could be that you're hearing, some of you might be hearing information from your guides, from the alien entities that maybe are around you. First of all, we're all aliens, okay? Don't, you know, we're all aliens. But anyway, it could be that there are communications coming to you from entities that are either visiting you new or have been around you for a while. I think there's new hearing. I think there's new hearing for Virgos this month. For those of you open and willing, I think that there's new information coming, future-oriented communications. It's almost like your future self, really, okay? Now, keep in mind, this new moon is Sun-Moon conjunct Uranus, which is your future self. So, indeed, for all of us, there is an activation, okay? But for you, it could imbue partnership. Now, the thing down here, this to me almost looks like, okay, so this almost looks like a head to me, all right? So this looks almost like a head. This almost looks like shoulders and almost like a cape. I don't know if you can see that, Virgo, but for me, that's what's coming through. Now, what it also sort of looks like is the top of a volcano. There's almost like this, you know, mountain top here. So here's the mountain right here, and I don't know what this is. You know, it's something emerging. It could very well be, Virgo, that something is emerging forth for you this month. Now, I think this is delicious. Nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear at all. This is to be embraced. Child nature. Now, this just fell out of the deck. Now, this is the Carolyn Mace archetype card. So I'm pulling forward your main growth edge. This one fell out, so we're going to keep it out, but I'm also going to pull another card for you. Now, I have to tell you, this is beautiful because child nature, okay, if we're talking about what's the growth edge for Virgos over the course of this month, this is child nature. Evolving communication with nature spirits. And friendships with animals. Now, it could be that whatever these entities are, right? It could be that they're beasties. You know, it could be that they're other forms, you know. They're not human or even humanoid. They could be something else. And by the way, pay attention to nature this month. By the way, that's the other thing. The fact that this is green, and by the way, like virtually the same green as my shirt, which I love so much, but the fact that this is green can represent nature, right? It can represent nature. Nature does. I've had years of experience with this. Once you see nature as animate and alive and you start communicating with it, on, you know, either in your mind or even verbally, you better believe it responds. It's alive. So this could easily be that you are starting to hear and see nature in a new advanced way, an alien way, let's say. A new advanced way. Okay? Really good. Okay, so let's pull a prime growth edge for you, or another one over the course of this month for you. Very good, Virgo. I mean, oh, it's a rich paradigm shifting. We're in the middle of a major paradigm shift, in the midst of it. But I have to tell you, we're now entering another narrative, another energy set, and it is going to be intense. It's not going to be a pretty picture it's not going to necessarily be a pretty picture. There's going to be some beauty, and there's going to be some difficulty that we're going to have to learn to navigate, okay? Hedonist. So the growth edge for you over the course of this month is hedonist. Hedonist is about growing out of, maturing out of, pursuing pleasure to the detriment of health. Too much smoking, too much drinking, too much drugging, too much food, too much TV, too much sex, too much porn, all of that stuff, right? It's going too far, okay? Indulges at the expense of others is the other growth edge. So what wants to be evolved out of is pursuing pleasure to the detriment of health and indulging at the expense of other people, okay? What wants to be evolved is inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So this is about having fun, delighting in your beauty and the beauty of life. This is about being in a state of delicious delight, but not doing it to the detriment of you or the detriment of others. It's all about balance, right? Wow, Virgo. Interesting. You know, totally different. They've all been completely different for every reading. So I do send you so much love. For those of you interested in seeing the breadth of my work, you can go to the alchemyofholism.com and go to the service page, and you can see what's on offer there and get clarity to learn your soul print, to get into alignment as within, so without, to align yourself with your natural skill set, your natural mastery trajectory. Okay, I'm sending you much love and support. Care for yourself this month. As I said in the other video, for any bodily issues that are coming up, which is happening for everybody or for a lot of people, care for yourself, care for your body, pay attention, listen to it. Okay, much love. Talk to you soon.